Hi, welcome to the channel, and today we are going to discuss how to walk Mam Tor. Specifically how to access this walk and the experience without facing a long and confusing hike. If you're an experienced hiker, this video probably isn't for you. It's more for all those people you encounter confused in Castleton, wondering round how best to do it. Okay, the principles of this approach to doing Mam Tor are simple. First, we are going to use the official National Trust car park as the trailhead to minimise the effort and keep the route simple. Second, we are going to propose a circular route, but you have the option of just turning back on yourself and going back the same way. This simplifies the experience even further. So let's look at the route. The route is actually the one recommended on the National Trust website, the link for which is in the description of this video. This video provides extra clarity, context and direction. The route has four main sections: the car park to Mam Tor, across the ridge line to Hollins Cross, Hollins Cross to Blue John Cavern, Blue John Cavern back to the car park. The route also represents numerous opt-out points. I do like my opt-out points. Maybe you want to go to Mam Tor and then turn back around, perfectly fine. Walk the ridge line to Hollins Cross but are then happy to come back the same way, also works out perfectly fine. The route is 4.5 kilometres long, has 220 metres of incline and 330 metres of descent. If you do the full route, I'd say it would take somewhere between 1 and 2 hours, depending on ability and of course stopping for photos and maybe a picnic. At each point, we'll discuss the equipment needed and the challenges presented. Okay, so getting to the National Trust car park. The key to simplifying the experience is Mam Tor National Trust car park. Another win is the car park isn't ridiculously small. The Mam Tor National Trust car park is literally 8 to 10 minutes drive away from Castleton, and you get the bonus of driving up to it through Winnets Pass, which is a very short but very picturesque road. Despite having the name Pass in it, it is an easy drive with enough passing space for vehicles coming in both directions. You just have to take the usual care with the fact it's an elevation or a descent. There is no markings in the middle of the road, and random sheep. It's worth noting you'll be driving up the pass when driving out of Castleton, and you'll be driving down into the pass when driving to Castleton. It is critical to arrive early. The usual situation. If you don't arrive early, the car park will be full. Due to the effort versus reward of Mam Tor, it fills up fast. I'd say get there before 9. Certainly don't push it past 10. I suspect the time window of it going from having plenty of spaces to being full is very narrow. It's also worth noting the car park has no facilities, so make sure you deal with all that stuff before heading out. There is plenty of space on the roads around the car park to park, and people who want to avoid the fee do that. As you'll have noticed from the video, when I went, the actual places on the road fill up before the car park, such as people's need to save money. But there may be other options if it's full, but my experience was the free options filled up first. Car park to Mam Tor. The car park puts you at the base of the path to Mam Tor. The start is literally at the top level of the car park. The path is all paved and easily undertaken by anyone who has a moderate level of fitness. I'm not the fittest person in the world and I did it. It's also not very long. It was so quick. Even though I'd chosen this option to reduce my walking distance on elevations, I was still a bit disappointed it was that short. If you're in Castleton and walking around the area, you may see people walking up to Mam Tor via some crazy routes, and you may look at them and go, that ain't for me. These are not representative of the official path from the car park. I'd say even if you're not that fit, you could probably get to the top of Mam Tor via this route. You just take your time and pause for a rest during the ascent. It really isn't that much different just to walking up a long, elevated street. It just has better views. Mam Tor to Hollins Cross. At this point, you could take in the views at the top of Mam Tor, get the essential photo and come straight back down to the car park. But I recommend you continue. because for virtually zero extra effort, I'd recommend walking across the ridgeline to Hollins Cross. The reason for that is you've done the hard bit. The walk along the ridgeline is relatively flat. This section of the walk gets you as close to a ridgeline walk as you're going to get without walking up what feels like more of a mountain. And that isn't accessible to a lot of us. You literally have the landscape falling away to either side of you with views across the Peak District. It is nothing short of glorious for the effort you put in. True, it's not the highest ridgeline, but you're also accessing it pretty damn easy. So let's take what we can get. Again, this section to Hollins Cross is all paved. Through Hollins Cross to Blue John's Cavern. It's not too long a distance until you reach Hollins Cross, as you'll reach another trig point and in front of you the ridgeline will elevate significantly. You may even be graced with the presence of a cow. It's at this point you do face a choice. Turn right to descend down the ridge side, or literally turn around and go back the way you came. If you're just interested in getting to top of Mam Tor and doing some of the ridgeline, turn around and go back the way you came. If you're in it for a circular hike and have suitable gear like hiking boots, then by all means turn right and continue on the route. This route takes you down the ridge side, around a forest, and then back into the road system, a portion of which seems to have completely collapsed. You'll even get to see the primary camper van wild camping spot before turning left at Blue John Cavern. This section of the route is the most challenging. It is official hike territory. The route is unpaved, narrow, rugged, and can be very slippery as it seems to be a water runoff. The section down the ridge side can be punishing on the knees. In short, you have to be of moderate fitness, able bodies, and sure on your feet. You'll also need hiking boots. Don't do it in trainers, as it can get ridiculously muddy. There were very muddy sections when I did it, and we'd had dry weather for days. Blue John Cavern, back to the car park. I have to be honest, at this point, I did what I've been recommending on this video and took one of the alternate routes. I did not turn left at Blue John Cavern. Daisy Dog was looking tired. My left knee was starting to twinge, and this section of the route seemed like a minor detour, so I just followed the road. The route I took is shown by the alternate green line. This is one of the best things about this route and also what this video set out to explain. Set off, enjoy yourself. There are numerous points to allow you to moderate it to your ability or interest. This did mean the final section was a bit of a slog along roads, while the official route would have kept me in the countryside for longer. It is a testament to the impact of coming down the ridge side on my knees that saw me cut the walk a bit short via an easier route. So what equipment do I need? In truth, if you go to Hollins Cross and come back, it is a low equipment experience, but do not underestimate that you're going up to a bit of a height. So always bring layers so you can go from a t-shirt to a jumper and then a warmer fleece. And I would always bring a waterproof. I don't care what the weather app tells me. I don't care how blue the sky is. I always bring my waterproof because it happens also to be very windproof. If not going beyond Hollins Cross, it is all paved, so you could actually do it in trainers. It's not something I would recommend, but if that's what you want to do, it is perfectly possible, especially if it's dry. So in closing, I would recommend walking up to Mam Tor and along the ridgeline to Hollins Cross. The walk up to Mam Tor is short, ridiculously short, and once you're up, you might as well walk along the relatively flat ridgeline to Hollins Cross, and it gives you some amazing views for effort you've already expended. Only do the circular section if you're geared up for it and want more of a proper hike, as it certainly transitions into one at that point. There are numerous ways to approach Mam Tor involving longer hikes, if you're up to it. I would highly recommend leaving Castleton via Cavedale and ascending a bit there, along the Limestone Way and routing over to Mam Tor. Cavedale itself is worth walking through. But if you want maximum return for your effort, clarity and simplicity, the route in this video is a good one to take and alter as per your desires. Till next time, you can show your support by giving the video a quick like, and I'll see you in the comments.